So in the previous video where I talked about like The Last Ronin getting a live action movie, still can't believe that was real. I still can't believe this is real. But now we have news that I think a lot of us were expecting and hoping for, but we're like, it kind of went without saying that we were going to get this, but we also got some other news. It turns out Warner Brothers and Legendary have made a deal with Apple TV to not only renew Monarch Legacy of Monsters, but also expand into other TV shows. Like, we're going to get more TV shows that will follow other characters throughout the Monsterverse. These could we don't now. I've heard two different things. Like, I read two different articles. One article said that it was just going to be live action. The other said live action and animated. So I don't know. It could be both. Like, I'm kind of hoping we get live action and animated. For some, I really do think so. So first off, let me just say, holy shit! It's really good to see Monarch officially get Monarch Season 2 announced. I really love that show. I thought it was a great series. It did have a lull in the middle. I'm not gonna lie, it did have a lull in the middle. But that ending where I don't think I'm gonna spoil. I'm not spoiling anything. I think you guys know by now that basically what happened was that the crew ends up on Skull Island before it fell apart. Like, it's now they're now on Skull Island with Apex, the people who one day build Mechagodzilla, and that's where they left off in Season 2. Oh yeah, by the way, the family's grandmother, who has barely aged a day since she got lost in the kind of Hollow Earth Axis Mundi, she's now with the team and now has to meet her family and her son, as well as her grandchildren. Also, we don't know if Kurt Russell's alive or dead. I didn't see a body, so the character's probably not dead. So yeah, I am really happy that Monarch Season 2 has been officially announced. It'll be cool to see see the fall of Skull Island. I really hope we get to see Camazotz. I really hope we get to see the fight between Kong and Camazotz happen in live action. Kingdom Kong is a decent book, but we all came to see Kong and I want to see Camazotz in live action form and have him be Kong, fight Kong. Kind of like how the Ion Dragon was the overarching quote unquote kaiju, Titan villain for this series until he was killed by Godzilla. I think it'd be kind of cool to have. Well, it would be cool to have the Skullcrawlers back. I kind of miss the Skullcrawlers. Camazotz would be a great overarching villain if we're going to spend a lot of time on Skull Island. So first off, let's talk about some more stuff they could do with Season 2 of Monarch. Basically, one of the things they talked about was they have gotten permission from Toho during Season 1, they talked about, we got permission from Toho that we could use some of their monsters within reason, but we only wanted to use Toho monsters if it felt necessary. Hence why and that's fine. I like that we got new Titans we got new monsters in the world in the Monsterverse. The word got away from me. I think that's kind of a smart idea to not depend too much on Toho monsters, and branch out and give new monsters some space. I thought the Ion Dragon was pretty cool. He was a decent enough overarching monster. I wouldn't say overarching, but he was definitely a recurring threat. Anyway. So, I think we will probably get in Season 2 at least one or two, at the very least one, Toho monster. That's my early prediction, is that we'll probably get at least one Toho monster in the a Monsterverse version of a Toho monster. As to who it could be, I think it won't be a space monster. They'll probably save future space monsters and Destroya for a movie. Destroya is not a space monster, I know, but he is a big endgame threat. So I don't think we'll see him. Megalon's a shot. I would even say, Ebra. Ebra would probably be one. Anguirus, Rodan. We could get the return of Rodan. I would love to see what happened to Rodan, because we don't know, because now it's like we're in the King of the Monsters timeline in season 2. Like we're in, or at the very least, close to the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters, because they went forward in time, because the Axis Mundi, which is the space between Earth and Hollow Earth, is kind of like the time does not work there the same way. So now we're in, or if not close to, the King of the Monsters timeline. Now, as for other like Toho monsters, I think would be kind of cool, like Manda. Like I said, Anguirus would be cool. Baragon. So one of the Earth. I think if we are going to get a Earth-based, if we are going to get a Toho monster, at least one Toho monster in here, it'll be more of like the cast. Like it won't be a major villain, and it will probably be a known monster. Could be It could even be Titanosaurus. Now that I think about it, could be him. He's a fan favorite. I love him, and I know a lot of people love him too. So that's who I think. It won't be a major kaiju villain. They're gonna save like Gigan, Space Godzilla, and Destroya for future Monsterverse movies. And again, I hope we get also more original monsters too. Now let's talk about like some ideas of what they could do for future, Monsterverse TV shows, because they said it's multiple shows. So I think like what would be kind of cool. There's so many there's a lot of different shows you could do with in the Monsterverse. Like again, we have only 2 really. We have the Skull Island show, which I don't think got any traction, and I don't think we'll get a season 2, and Monarch. So here, like one idea I think would be kind of cool is set during the Age of Titans. Like the far, far past, when Godzilla, the Titans, the Great Apes, and early man, like showcase the first war with Godzilla's first war with Ghidorah, showcase his war with the Scar King and his ape uprising. Even have again some new monsters would be cool. It's like they've talked about like how they want to do more shows centered around the monsters and less on the people. So just have like early man just kind of like work, because they were considered, remember, the Titans in the Monsterverse were considered the first gods of the world. So you have these people who like worship them, and this is the closest we'll ever. What I'm basically pitching is the closest we will ever get to a Primal Rage TV show. Come on, I still want a Primal Rage movie, damn it. And what I'm basically pitching, when I was saying it out loud, it's like, I'm basically saying Primal Rage. I'm basically, like, talking about, like, Primal Rage on a whole. Yeah. You could even do one on Skull Island. Like, you could do the origin of Kong. Yes, they did do the comic Birth of Kong. And it does look like they're taking some stuff with seriously from the comics, obviously including Tiamat in Godzilla X Kong. But it would be kind of cool to see Kong's Kong Year 1 on Skull Island, like how Kong rose to be the protector of Skull Island after his family was wiped out by the Skullcrawlers. I mean, it'd be a better version of Skull Island: The Rise of Kong. It'd be a much better version of that piece of shit game, right? And again, maybe we can get Monsterverse Ga in here, too. I just want to see Ga in live action, people. Anyway, so those are just a few ideas. I'm just happy the Monsterverse doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Monarch Season 2 getting an announcement, and what TV shows would you want to see in the Monsterverse? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.